the 2020 chopping it up with the artists, promoters, and producers of the industry. A, B, and C-list celebrity artists. You already know we are all celebrities in this game. We all working hard. Right here at the table, you already know, it's Passion Bar Exotic is the sponsor for this show, ladies and gentlemen. And at this seating, we have no other than himself, Tony Anthemz. Shout outs to Tony Anthemz, man. Let's just get right into it, people. We ain't gonna stress y'all, bore y'all, or nothing. Tony Anthemz, what's going on, man? Talk to us, man. Talk to me. It's been a while, fam. I'm glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? I know it's just been a while for us, actually.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man.
You know
it's been a long time, bro.
You know, I just want to really touch on a couple of topics with you because my fan base know you for flipping those keys, bro. And no, ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking about coke, all right? We talking about keys on those beats. You know what I'm saying? Yes, this is the guy right here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, catch us up on, you know, a little bit of 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like the ending of 2020. What was going on with you, man? I heard you was involved in a lot of short, if I might say, short movie films where you had a couple of movie scores in or something like that. Maybe worked with a couple of people that were doing some underground movies. I don't know. This is a little whiff of something that I heard of. Put me on. Let us know.
You mean as far as TV placements?
Yeah, as far as TV placement with beats.
Well, so I A&R, right? I do production for myself, and I also have a co-producer, Brandon Chapper. So I do some A&R work for him, as far as like with the website, concepts of the beats.
Okay.
You know, basically anything that has to do with the marketing, titles, placements, anything like that in that fashion. But my co-producer, upon himself, he's a hard worker. You know, he works hard. Based on his due diligence, we were able to land like Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
Placements, even like beat placements and stuff like that.
Okay, see, that was the whiff that I heard.
Yeah, the co-producer, he was able to get like Love and Hip Hop, I believe Atlanta Homicide. It's a few. Paramount TV is the most recent one.
Okay.
So TV placements and that type of stuff between me and my partner. Me on the other hand, more or less, I'm more into doing a lot of the production as far as like the loop kits.
Okay.
My co-producer Brandon Chapper, he does more like sound kits. Okay. So in other words, he makes the sounds like Omnisphere is a plugin that's very popular producer. So he does Omnisphere banks.
Okay.
You know, plucks and keys and horns and different
like
sounds.
Okay.
Now me, I take those sounds along with other sounds and I loop them together, make loops and create loops.
Okay.
So that's kind of like how we come together and work together on different things. You know?
Right. So that's how the flipping key situation came about.
Right. Yeah. Flipping keys came about because I was working with we put out our first kit. Well, this is how it started. Honestly, it started with a placement I had got with Soulja Boy in 2015, and that was because we did a collaboration with MPC Cartel.
Okay.
It was the SBZ album. I'm on track 21 off the SBZ album that came out in 2015. I think honestly our song is the hottest on the album, to be honest with you. According to people like on YouTube and stuff, the comments and stuff. Right. It's a hot joint. So what I did was I took that placement and kind of parlayed that into sound design because you know Soulja Boy is known for you know doing particular kind of beats, a style of beats, 808s and stuff like that. You would say that he's definitely a part of the trap movement. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So by getting that placement, that kind of got me in the arena of that audience.
Okay.
The trap audience, and that's when we started doing kits, sound kits, drum kits, 808 kits.
To help out some of the new upcoming producers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Give them the easy route to make the beats.
Yeah, I think it's a good start off because a lot of producers started off sampling in the 90s. Like me, I started off like making beats from scratch. I never really got into sampling until later.
I can vouch for that because I used to be in the crib with you. You know, sometimes you'll come in and be like, yo, Dave, come over, man. I need you to bring your drumsticks too, man. Because, you know, back then I was drumming and stuff like that. So, yeah, I know you making, that's what I'm saying. When you came with the loop kits, I was like, wow. I wonder if been the whole time I was with him, all the sounds and stuff. I wonder if he's put those all together and put them in a bank and actually was making loops. Now I see that's actually what you was doing. So
yeah, because I got that concept. So with the with me taking that place, the Soulja Boy placement, and trying to parlay it into something, I think sound design was an easy transition because at that time, you know, the 808 Mafia was very popular on the scene. You know, you had a lot of production crews like that. So at the time, I was just like, you know what? A lot of the new producers were using Fruity Loops.
Right.
So then I figured, why not come out with loop kits so that they have a way to start off their beat and get their vibe going? Because what we used to do back in the day is we would listen to old records and we'll sample or we'll try to chop things up just to get things started. You know what I'm saying? So with the loops, instead of having to go dig for a record, I'll make something that sounds like jazz. Right. Something that sounds like classical, different styles of music in the loops. So that way they can kind of like branch out and kind of like, you know, if they want to do something a little bit different, they can, you know.
Do it with the loops.
Right. So that's how that came about. And I like to give a shout out to a producer named Charlemagne.
Okay, shout out
to the real Charlemagne. The real Charlemagne.
The real official Charlemagne.
Not the one from the Breakfast Club. Do not get confused. We're talking about Charlemagne. His government name is Charlemagne. Okay?
Oh.
The real Charlemagne. I had a shout out to Swigger. I had some opportunities to hang out at the Fortress Studio. Swigger used to bring me up there. And what he used to do, what I noticed, he used to kind of like get his loops and his like, you know, chops and everything together.
Right.
During the week, he used to accumulate a bunch of loops and chops. And then on the weekend, when he's off on the weekend, he would take Saturday and Sunday and he'll bang them all out into beats and stuff like that. So I kind of like adopted a little bit of that workflow. So that's when I kind of came up with the concept. Okay. And then another thing too was I used to make beats and sometimes I wouldn't really finish them. I'll start working on the joint and then I get sidetracked doing something else. So I had a bunch of unfinished joints and I started like, let me just, you know, create a product out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how that came about, you know.
So now in the 2021, the new year, I mean, you know, what are you working on now? Do you have any artists that's a part of your situation? Like, what's going on with you for the 2021? And what do you have in store for the game?
Well, right now I'm working with an artist named Asia Sky. I interviewed her on my podcast, the A&R podcast, on the first episode. I interviewed her, quick interview, 20-minute interview. I basically was telling her she should definitely get more into the rapping side of things. I've seen that she can have some potential with the bars and everything. And she did it. She kind of played with it at first. With the first song I heard, she kind of played with it a little bit. And I was just kind of hearing her voice and how seductive it sounded. I was like, yo, you could really probably rap and it might work. So she actually had a song that she played for me with the rap verse. And I was like, yeah, okay. So what we're doing is now she picked out some beats. And right now we're going to put some songs together and she'll fly up next month and we'll start recording and shit like that, you know. Asia Sky is her name. And other than that, it's still pumping out loop kits and doing more collaborations with producers. I have a collab right now with the producer by the name of Bernard Davi. We just did a joint called Gold Mine. It's on YouTube. Okay. GOLDMINE, 2 separate words, Gold Mine. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now is I'm getting with other producers. Because by putting out Flipping Keys, it allowed me to kind of get into working with other producers, and they sending me back the completed beats that they did to the loops, and then we kind of collab them and put them together and put them out. Yeah, so DJ Big Dez, what we do is every second Saturday of every month, you know, we it's probably maybe like 10 producers or so at this point. About 10 producers, we get together on a Zoom stream. And we all talk about production, tips and tricks and information. We exchange all that type of good information with each other. And then we have a challenge where we take a sample and we issue the sample to everybody. We have 30 minutes to complete to make a beat out of it. And we've been doing that every second Saturday. So I mean, it's a good exercise because I'm not really a sampler like that. But it's getting me more used to sampling and stuff like that. So I think it's a good concept. And with that. And then like I said, right now my goal is to really get with a lot of young and upcoming producers and start working with them. You know what I mean? to.
All right. So that's what you have coming up for the 2021. All right, cool. So when is the next Luke Key dropping?
Well, I just dropped one, right? I just dropped the joint, Volume 9, Flipping Keys Volume 9. I just dropped it. I didn't put it out yet on my website because I'm trying to decide on bundling it with some merch.
Okay.
So I'm trying to do something to where everyone that buys the Flipping Keys kit, it comes, I'll give a, as I'm trying to decide if it's going to be a hat, hoodie, because the weather's going to start warming up and stuff.
Right.
So I might just go with the hats. So I'll probably do like, for every customer that buys Flipping Keys, they get a Flipping Keys hat. Stuff like that. So I'm kind of like figuring out a way to roll it out. But it's definitely done. It's a hot joint.
Okay, so, well, that's what we have up in store and upcoming for the 2021 with Tony Anthemz, ladies and gentlemen. One of the first producers on the Chop It Up series here at I Entertain Videos. Remember, people, this show is sponsored by Passion Bar Exotic for all your exotic drinks, edibles, and snacks. You already know where to come. Holla at us.
Yes, and hey, just so y'all know, these joints is lit. Don't get it twisted. The Ray and Nephew is definitely in the building. On these drinks, man. Like, for real. Get a nice buzz off of it.
So y'all already know what it is, man. Tony Anthemz, you got any websites, where anybody can find you? Mm-hmm. Quick, fast, Google, just tell them where they can find you, man.
Yeah, TonyAnthemz.com. You know what I'm saying? It's my website, TonyAnthemz.com, where I have beats, I have loop kits, beat albums. I have services such as graphic design, A&R consultant. I charge $50 an hour. So artist, producer, DJ, whoever will contact me, and they basically may need some assistance in production management, a way for me to help them get resources, help them save money on their project and things of that nature, and help them kind of get their project in the right direction. They may need studio time, they may need producers, they need to find maybe a singer for the background hook, or whatever the case may be. I do consulting, $50 an hour, A&R consultant. So you can do all that through my website. Also, if you go through YouTube, you could just YouTube search window, type in Tony Anthemz on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the social medias, Tony Anthemz.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you already know where to find them. Y'all know what it is. Until next time, Mafia Down Mixtapes is out of here. I Entertain Videos is out of here. Y'all already know what it is. It's all about a vibe.
Yes, sir.